he would never pick up the call. They'd say, he'll call you back in 2 months. 2 months. He has a schedule. He's extremely busy sleeping. No, he'll call. They'd say, he didn't call.
Yo boy, welcome back to the channel today. You see, today we are taking a look at a pretty interesting moment from Donald Trump, where he talks about how world leaders reacted to President Biden when he was the president of the United States of America. You see, Trump claims that leaders from around the world had trouble getting hold of Biden, saying he would ignore calls and put them off for months. It's a pretty bold statement and definitely gives us a glimpse into how Trump sees the previous administration approach to foreign relations. Let's dive into this and see what he had to say. Now, before we jump into the clip, let me give you a bit of context. Trump is talking about how world leaders supposedly struggle to get in touch with President Biden. He mentions a conversation with a big leader who apparently tried to reach out to Biden administration but was told multiple times that Biden was too busy to answer calls. Trump even jokes about how these world leaders had to wait for months for response. It sounds like he's throwing some serious shade at how the previous administration handled foreign relations. Let's check out the clip and let's see exactly what he said.
Our country was on the verge of some of the very bad things, and bad things were happening. And now there's light not only over America. I've heard it from even our enemies. They call up and they say, sir, we hate you. We do hate you, but there's light over the world right now. They hate me. Some of them hate me. If they like me, you got a problem, right? They like Sleepy Joe. What's not to like? You know, they'd call up. It's funny. I was told today by one of the big leaders of the world, would call for a telephone call with the President of the United States a year ago. And they'd say, we'd like to speak with, who is this? It's the head of Germany, the head of, name it, the head of France, the name of any country, it didn't matter. He would never pick up the call. They'd say, he'll call you back in 2 months. 2 months. He has a schedule. He's extremely busy sleeping. No. Macron of France, he'll call you back in 2 months. So 2 months comes along and there's no call. They say, he didn't call. The stories are, these stories are not very exaggerated. I want to tell you, they're a little bit for laughter, but it's only for laughter. The fake news will say, oh, he exaggerated. It was only 1 month, But he'll say he'll call you back, and then he'd never call, and then they could never get him on the phone. And the problem I have is that when I speak to and I speak to them immediately, they'll say, could we speak to the president? Would that be possible? We could do it any time over the next month. They're so used to this, right? I say, no, I'll pick it up right now. Is he on the phone? Yeah, hello, how you doing? That's what, get it over with, right? Get it over.
That was a pretty striking statement from Donald Trump. You see, he is essentially suggesting that the Biden administration has been somehow disconnected or unresponsive in terms of handling international relations. Now, if what Trump says is true, it reflects a significant gap in diplomatic engagement, communication, and a delay in response, let alone being brushed off for months, could certainly affect global perception of US leadership. Now, it's important to consider whether these claims are completely accurate or if they are just part of a broader political narrative. Every administration has its challenges, and we have seen in recent years how diplomatic priorities can sometimes shift. But if there is any truth to the idea that world leaders are feeling ignored, that is a serious issue. Communication and strong, reliable diplomacy are cornerstones of any successful foreign policy. What do you think, guys? Is this an exaggeration, or does it point to a real issue with how the Biden administration handled affairs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear what you think. Thank you for watching.